All right, we're here with Brian Intihar from the Resistance 2 team, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the game. So what's the biggest difference between Resistance 1 and Resistance 2, do you think?
Oh my God, where do I begin? I mean, there's so much different this time around. I mean, we have a huge campaign mode, obviously putting a lot more emphasis on Hail. He's going to be going to America and fighting the fight against the Chimera. We have a huge competitive multiplayer scene going on. We have upped it from 40 to 60 players. We've added temporary power-ups called Berserks. A bunch of new weapons, the Magnum, our pistol, our Marksman, our Wraith, which is our chain gun. We have this thing called the Splicer, which has these saw blades at the end, and they just bounce all over the place, and you can dig them right into enemies. And then we have 8-player online co-op, and that's not just like the single player, with a buddy. This is like 8 players online, a completely different experience, character class based. We have medics, spec ops, soldiers, and it's telling a parallel story of Resistance 2. Then we have a huge community, so we're rebuilding myresistance.net, a lot of social networking features, kind of like a Facebook. So this game, I'm out of breath. It's huge. It's big.
One thing that I noticed when I was playing the demo just now is you have an experience point system. How does that work?
Okay, so what we want to do is we want to reward people for everything. We want to, so basically what you're playing the mode right here is called Skirmish. So it's 60 players broken up into 2 squads, and within those 2 big squads, we break up into 4 to 6 squads. And what you're doing is you have a commander, which you really can't hear here. We have a VO guide telling you, okay, go control that point, go defend over here, protect that VIP. And what you do as you play and you complete these objectives and you kill people, you get assists, you're getting experience and you're racking it up. Now that experience will max out a bar called the Berserk meter, and you can activate those temporary power-ups. And then in the grand scheme of things, that experience goes into leveling up your character. So as you level up, you'll gain new Berserks throughout the course, and then you also unlock different skins. So it's all tying into one.
And those experience or those levels that you gain and abilities unlocked, those are persistent?
Yeah, so basically what happens is once you reach level 2, you've unlocked, the Chimera and Rage Berserk. And so now, basically, before you get into multiplayer, you can say, I want to go, maybe this time I unlocked invisibility. I'm going to use that as my Berserk. And the great thing is it's just like in the middle of the game, you're like, man, this adrenaline boost ain't working. You can basically press start, go to your Berserk loadout or your weapon loadout, change. You want to go from Bullseye to Augur, or you can go from, invisibility to basically that we have a power-up where it basically turns you into a grenade and just you blow everybody up. So we'll be seeing 8-player co-op very, very soon. You'll be hearing about it and seeing it extremely soon.
Awesome.
It's a hard venue here to show it off. But I can say I've been playing it every week with the designers working on it, and I absolutely love co-op. It's just so much fun.
Tell me a little bit about the teamwork on the co-op. You said that there was different classes. Yeah. How does they all work together?
So basically what we have a class-based system, so up to 8, so it's 2 to 8 players. And what we do is the more guys you have in your team, the harder the levels are. So, obviously we want to balance it properly. And you can play as a medic, which obviously his job is to heal your guys. You can play as a soldier. He's like, the big brute. He's going to be on the front lines with his big chain gun. And then you have the spec ops who's going to be doing damage from a distance, but he's also going to be dropping ammo for everybody. So that mode is all about teamwork. And the cool thing is, as you progress, just like in competitive multiplayer, you're going to unlock new Berserks, and you're going to unlock new weapons, some really cool weapons. And then you're going to unlock all this new gear for your guy. And when you get to the later levels, when you've got him reaching the highest level of co-op, you're going to look really pretty cool. And you're going to see that guy in the battlefield, and you're like, how'd you get that? Where do I get that? And it's some really cool. And the thing is, it's story based, so it's not just like you're thrown into a room for no reason. There's going to be context for everything you're doing.
In Resistance 1, the levels tended to be pretty expansive. Is that the same thing, especially with 2 to 8 player co-op? On the co-op levels, are you jammed into corridors, or are you?
It's a mix of both. Obviously, we're going to put you in places where it's a tight area and you've got Chimera coming all over the place. Then you're going to walk out into this big battlefield. You're going to see Grims over here, Ravagers over here, a bunch of hybrids over here, and they're just coming right at you. We throw a ton of guys on screen.
How far will you travel across the United States? I know it centers a lot in Chicago, seen the Leviathan battle and everything, but where else will you take us?
So in campaign, we start you out in Iceland, and then basically what happens is, we pick, that's in 1951, so it's literally right at the end of Resistance 1. Then after that first level, we fast forwards 2 years, from 1951 to 1953, picks up in the Bay Area with the basically San Francisco being just destroyed by this Chimeran fleet. And then we're going to hop you around different places. You've seen Chicago. We've revealed Twin Falls. That's all we're saying right now. But you'll be going at I will say, in terms of variety, we have a ton of levels. Definitely, like, it's very distinct compared to R1. Like, it just everything looks very different from the other levels.
Last question. What can you tell us about a possibility of Resistance 3? Does this story bring closure to it, or are you guys going to extend it out?
I was a journalist for 5 years. Do you really think I'm going to ask that question? I mean, come on, I can't answer that question.
All right, I just had to give it a shot. So,
Obviously, Resistance is a franchise. We're always thinking about what we can do in the future. But right now, our team is working extremely hard. Get this out the door by November. And I see it every day, and it just keeps getting better and better and better. So I'm extremely excited. The team is working their butts off, and it really is starting to show. I mean, I can't wait to show you guys co-op, and when you guys see more campaign.
We're definitely excited about this game. Like I said, just played the demo, and it looks incredible. So thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
No problem.